that. So if you're joining us right now on Periscope, that's awesome. Thank you. This is not the Periscope that you're used to seeing, especially stuff that I put out there, usually in the helicopter, and it's just stuff. You know, like I'll show you what we're seeing. It's work. It's work. All about the social media and you know, and the tools that it presents to us. So doing this right now is this is my wife Nicole, starting out with that.
Hi.
We're also doing a blog, a video blog, so we'll put this up later, find a way to do a link or hook it up. But basically what we're doing is kind of twofold, talking about the stuff that you don't see with work, a little bit of the behind the scenes, just making discussion, and then also talking about things that somebody's saying hi to you.
Hi.
Talking about things that that affect us and parts of the news that I can't really talk about, and even right now that's kind of a gray area. But we're just gonna be honest. That's basically
and
what
we
it
live
is.
in the gray because we're black and white. So
Yeah, we live in the gray.
Ah, okay.
You know, and this is part of the things. This is the reason why I want to do it. So anyway, so this is what the deal is. If you're just joining us, Twitter on Periscope. Like I said,
this is my first time. I've never Periscoped.
She's never Periscoped before. We got 19 whole viewers right now, but that's great.
Okay, so I want to say how I got roped into this, or basically how it started off. Well, when every single day when he comes home from work, get up, sometimes I go with him to go get his Starbucks crack coffee, whatever, and he always tells me about his day because I don't watch the news anymore. I used to. I grew up on the news and like crazy on the news, and I stopped watching the news shortly after I had a kid because the news kept being dead kid, mom left kid in car, and I'm going crazy.
Right.
And I watched it for a while too, and I've even flown with you when you were working for other people, so I know what he does. And my mom and my church, everyone watches.
Yes.
Our church. So anyway, he comes home and he basically debriefs, right? Is that what it's called?
Well, you know, I need to talk about it. And, you know, and obviously in the helicopter I have John. If you watch us on the web, I'm going to try to talk a little bit about that too. If you watch us on the web, I talk to John. John's my pilot. He sees it as well. And, you know, I don't really have a lot of people to talk to about what we see, what goes on, the stresses of the day. Yeah, you know, I have no friends. You know, and the reality is I have my family. We also have two boys. I have two daughters from a previous marriage that are adults, but we have two teenage boys that live in the house with us.
14 and 16.
14 and 16.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, and you know, but they don't watch, and this is kind of the thing too. I'm noticing on the social media, reaching out to a younger audience. And this is one of the reasons why I'm interested in doing this. I want to bring ideas and thoughts to a younger group. So anyway, I talked to my wife, drives her crazy. She doesn't watch the news. I'm obviously into the news. So I want to do a little, you know, just a weekend review and just talk about stuff. My wife has great opinions.
Oh, look, the gardener came.
And the gardener's here.
He was like, as soon as we start talking, the gardener's going to come. So, whatever.
So,
I told you to stop.
This doesn't look like a car chase. It's not, and that's what I'm trying to say. This is like a little weekend review. We'll talk about the car chase.
Well, because you don't work on the weekends.
I don't work on the weekends.
Yeah.
I don't work on the weekends, and we are going to talk about the car chase. There's no doubt about that. So right now, the station is in sweeps. We're in sweeps right now.
Okay.
We don't. We just fly to go fly. We're in the air. We don't always do that. And this week has been an interesting week. You know, I'm sitting there. I was actually looking through tweets, trying to figure out what were the big stories we covered. We had a little brush fire, and we covered last week. We did the Trump rally. Which
was it a rally or was it?
He was doing a rally, and
in Orange County, right? The Orange County thing.
And
right?
there was this huge protest.
Right.
And I was really amazed at some of the angry tweets that were coming at me, and how people just take they don't listen. They're just like, oh, you know, you said this, and I'm like, hey, you know, it's just you know.
Okay,
you
and I
gotta
think-
look at the big picture.
Well, a part of us doing this too, where you wanted to do this, was because what you say, it isn't scripted.
No, not scripted.
You know, you don't know what you're getting into till
Nope.
you get there.
Nope.
And while you're speaking from basically the top of your head, you're operating the camera.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
are
that's-
also have things in your
Yes.
people in your ear.
Oh,
the
yeah, I do.
station or
Yes, I do.
you know, it could be anything. So it's a lot going on. And I was like, well, you should say something because people don't really get what's going on while you're up in the
Right.
air. So you could be talking about, you know, the rally, and you have at least two other voices in your head. It's a cat fight.
The cats are fighting. So, you know, and that's the thing. And you know, I'm going to touch on this. Maybe, and this is, like I said, gray area. During that little melee down there, I said at the Trump thing, the crowds swarmed around a car. And one person ran and jumped on the hood, and then jumped on the roof, and then ran off, and the crowd was shaking the car. That part we didn't have live. I know we had it on tape, but I said that they are terrorizing those people in the car. And as soon as that T word came out, you know, right away in my ear, a producer's like, you know, hey, watch where you're going, and I got angry tweets. And you know what? Look. Just think of it like this. Let's just put it straight out.
But do you think the angry Twitter people follow you on Periscope?
I don't care.
Okay.
But see, this is the thing. I'm not talking. I'm not. If you're watching, I mean, I'm glad. But I'm not talking to you. You know, I am talking to you. But it's like, you know, I wasn't calling the group a terrorist. I was calling that one person terrorizing those people. I mean, if that was my family in that car, I would, you know, we might have landed the helicopter. You know, it's like you in this that's what I'm saying is like, you know, you hear these things, you watch the news, you get like a little piece, you do the social media, and the thing is you need to really, you know, you can't get the tunnel vision. You know, don't just listen to me. Try to listen to other people. You know, don't just
What
listen
other
to
people?
anybody.
You don't want them to turn from you.
No, I
Listen
don't.
to Stu. Oh, you mean just as far as opinion goes?
And opinions.
Okay.
You know, I love the fact that everybody shares with me. I
Right.
love reading what you have to say, even if it is exactly the opposite. I love to hear it. So, you know, the Trump rally was very interesting. It was shocking. I was shocked to see that type of reaction.
To what? Twitter or to Trump?
To Trump, to
Okay.
Twitter, to everything. It was
I think that man.
crazy.
I think Trump, you know, elicits strong.
Emotions. He does. And this is the thing is, so you know, somebody came at me about how how I'm obviously this or I'm obviously that. Well, you know, that person was completely wrong. I'm trying to stay very neutral. I don't want to say anything, but I can say this. As in the beginning, you know, I hope some of you guys are sitting down and not driving. In the beginning, I was very pro-Trump. When he came out, like early on, when he came out, I was like, this guy, right?
Right.
And then I was listening on the radio, and everybody in California was like, oh my God, he's crazy, man, and oh, he's never going to get anywhere, and well, look where he is now. The problem is, as you know, as time progressed, was I started seeing who else. Yeah, it's a boo, right? You know, I was trying to see who else was following.
It's funny.
You know, and then see now somebody's saying I'm the man, but okay, this is what I'm saying. You got to listen. So the other people that were following, I'm like, you know what? I'm about him because he's honest, he's transparent, he says what he thinks,
Those are my
he
words.
feels, you know, and he's just here he is. There's no
Right.
question about what you're getting.
Right. I think we subscribe to the theory in this house, well, especially me, that I love the snake in the grass that you can see.
Right.
You know, and we have kids to think about and us to think about, and we're not rich, and you know, we're nowhere near rich. And,
No,
you
we're
know,
not.
we just have a lot to think about when we go to vote, or as far as all of this goes. But Yeah, I think we were both pretty much pro Trump.
Right.
I was pro Trump because Trump was just keeping it real. But
But now,
I have to say that I don't like about Trump, and it's always been consistent for me, is that I don't like the fact, which is what I didn't like about Obama too, is that both he and Obama lack humility.
yes,
And I don't like that. Yeah, I said it, and that's all good in the streets. But when you are a politician, it's just not cool.
Right.
You know, you have to have some couth about you. You have to listen to your handlers. You know, and I don't think Trump does, but whatever. So now we're at the point where it's like, I just want to see who's gonna,
there you go.
What?
Somebody just said, "Well, what's the alternative to Trump?" And that,
Yeah,
well,
so
we're
we
getting
were
that.
having-
Wait.
No,
Let's
okay.
finish the Trump thing. Let's finish
Okay,
the thought.
basically.
No, let's
can I
finish the
just say
thought.
it? Because
Okay.
you're like,
All right.
okay. So basically, he came home and he was like, "Oh, rudest person came at me like a holler monkey, anti-Trump, and whoop whoop, and all this stuff." So that's how we say blah blah. Okay?
Right.
So, and not knowing that he is like pretty much pro-Trump, so it's ridiculous. And my thing is, let it go. Negative people, they
Negative.
don't count. You get, and I can't stand it when you get so much support and you have one negative person. It's like you're constantly talking about that negative person. It's like, forget it. Who is this person? They got 3 followers, or who? If they don't put money in your pocket, if they don't give you a place to live, and this is what I tell my kids, then those people don't count. In this world,
Yeah.
where everyone has a voice and feel like they need to use it just is. I get to choose what I want to listen to and what I want to carry me and who I want to give authority in my life.
Right.
And I choose not. But this, he can't let it go.
Well, see, this is the problem. Okay, so I was, you know, and I say was
What are those
because
heart thingies?
those are people that are watching us.
Okay.
You know, so I was pro-Trump, and I don't really want to say that because I'm still, you know, I'm undecided.
Well,
because let me
okay.
finish this one.
Sorry, honey.
So the deal is I was for him, but then I started seeing all the people that were for him also, and then this is the thing: you can't talk in absolutes. You can't say absolutes because
Right.
it is an absolute. There
Right.
are other people like me, but the problem is that I see a lot of hate. And then I started looking at the Hillary thing yesterday in East LA. And there was a.
You were happy because you saw Hillary.
I was, you know, and this is the
Yeah.
thing. This is who I am.
He likes
This
it,
is the-
yeah.
I was happy that I got to see Hillary. I mean,
You were
I was in a
happy
helicopter.
he came home happy he saw
But-
Trump, and
and
then
I-
you're
and I
like,
saw
"Ooh, I saw
Trump."
Hillary."
And you know, and I worked with Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah, you said he was
I worked-
very
and-
charismatic.
And so, but the thing is you know, it really is so much hate right now, and nobody is looking at, you know, it's like, I don't like you because you are not me, or you are not in my team, or whatever. And you know what? And this is the thing is, you know, we're Team America. Yeah, you know, some people get that reference, but you won't. But anyway, is what the deal is we need to start thinking about what's good for America, and not what is good for me or my family or what benefits I need to get out of the government. We need to think about the big picture. And we got to stop with this one because I know we're going to run out of time. And
I can't read any of that.
And
But you were saying now we're to the point as far as politics. Well, we were saying, which
right.
Our thing is, it's not who you're voting for.
It's who you're voting against.
Yeah.
And you know, come on. You know, this is what we're seeing.
But
and
you're like, we're for America.
we're for America.
So yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom line is we are very for
But
America.
that should have nothing to do with you flying over.
A pursuit.
Right.
You know, so everybody want to know about the pursuit stuff. So you know what? Let's
America.
America. I like that. So, and if you're watching on the blog, just letting you know, we Periscope this live, and I'm reading what people are saying. That's the reason why we're just shouting out weird things.
Okay.
So anyway, so pursuit stuff.
Right.
stuff. You know, and I got to put this out there. I got to say it. I don't know. I guess it's public knowledge,
What?
and I don't want to give anything away.
What?
We crush. Now, when I say we,
No, you shouldn't say that.
we shouldn't say
no,
that.
you shouldn't.
All right, so we're just gonna.
So we're going to talk about the pursuit.
All right, so yeah.
What happened with the? Because I didn't see it. I got a
So-
call from my friend, a text, and she says, "Is Stu covering the pursuit?" So I just text him "pursuit?" And then later on in the night, I get a F yeah.
So, you know, we're up in the helicopter. We're flying around. Thank you. we're up in the helicopter, we're flying around, and just so you know, we were on that 40 minutes at least before anybody else joined us. Now I say that meaning the police helicopters were there, the cops were there,
Right.
but there was nobody else there. Our station, we were in that weird spot, so they weren't really sure, should we break into programming with this? Should we put it on the web? We were low on fuel. Eventually they did put it on the web. But so let me tell you, let's talk Pursuit. So in the helicopter, we're flying around, and I get a text from my conscience. I don't know if she's listening right now. This is not my wife. There's somebody else I call my conscience. Yeah, I know, and I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
It's a she,
Yeah,
but
okay.
you'll get it.
Okay.
And she says, "Hey, Pursuit on PCH near Sunset." So right away, I'm like pushing my buttons on my scanner. I'm like, why am I not hearing this? Tell John, that's my pilot. Because I start heading out over there. We start going out there, and it kind of goes away. And then the next thing you know, we're hearing the sheriff's department is, hey, we got the car, and then LAPD's talking about we got the car, and should we chase it, and should we not chase it, and this is what has become of law enforcement in Los Angeles, because there's so much liability. These cops they are not just going, this is a lawbreaker, the bad guy, we're good guys, we oil and water, we fight. Doesn't happen like that anymore. They really sit there and they ponder, is it worth the chase? And when they say worth, it's not like, hey, do we have gas money for this? Do we have, is somebody going to get an overtime? Is it worth it, meaning liability? Is there going to be a crash? Is somebody going to die? Is it, so there's this whole following of this car, and we're over it, and there's 2 helicopters over it, and we're just kind of cruising around, and I'm talking to the booth, and the booth is talking to me, and I'm telling the desk where we are. And the next thing I know, I hear, because I'm trying to listen to this, they're following this car and they're talking about should we chase it or not. And the next thing I hear is a full-on pursuit. Carson Compton sheriffs, lights and sirens, the deputies screaming, rah, yeah, go Compton. And so I'm telling the desk, hey, we want to go to this, we want to go to this, we want to go to this. And this is part of it also. You need to know. A lot of people think that I just, you
launch yourself.
Yeah, I am the entity that makes the news. I am a player in a big team.
I thought you was going to say like a cog in the wheel.
I was.
Is that a wheel?
I was.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, off to the 91 we go finally. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? People in my ear. Where are you? What's going on? This and that. Should we put it on the web? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, put it on the web. Put it on the web. Put it on the web. How are you for fuel? And then like 9 people are asking me about the fuel thing. It's like, we work in communications, but it's funny how we can't communicate sometimes. So we get over it. We get it on the web, and the pursuit goes. And as soon as we get there, this guy's going 20 miles an hour.
All right.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? It is like, why are the news gods messing with me, so much lately? It's like we haven't had a crazy pursuit. Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
The naked lady.
No, the naked lady one was good, but I didn't even tell you about it. We had this crazy one. If you guys watched the news last week, they had this crazy one with the white Mercedes that crashed in Beverly, the silver Mercedes that crashed in Beverly Hills, and that was another one. That was like following a slot car. I was crazy all over the streets, getting airborne every time he hit a bump. This was a Mercedes. This guy was going nuts. The donut guy was good. That's another one. But this guy, insane. And I'm chasing him, and I'm trying to catch him, and my pilot is cussing and swearing. I'm glad but he creates the mood, and it is a team. It's a team up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're doing our thing. The guy crashes. He jumps out. He runs, and it's the only time you'll ever hear me give a description of a suspect is when he is.
I don't know.
White.
Oh.
The guy jumped out of the car and he's running and
late.
And I'm like, white guy running down the street.
Well, no,
big white guy running down the street.
Well, technically, this is another thing too. You can't say there are certain things you can and can't say.
Right.
Can I say what you can and can't say? Like, you can't say black.
No.
African American.
No.
You can't say,
No.
yeah.
No.
I think it might be coming to it where you can't say female or male.
We can talk about tranny bathrooms too,
Okay.
but anyways, so that was a crazy pursuit. This one, we get over it totally slow, right? You know,
Minority.
and he's got the sunroof open. He's looking at us. We're the only news helicopter there. I'm sure he sees that camera pointing at him, and it's going and going and going, and then it just goes and goes and goes and goes. And I got some time on the web, and you know what, this thing, if you're watching us on this, watch us on the web. Get CBS some web love.
What is it? How do you get it on the web?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know. So, you know, basically the deal is you know, it's like kcal.com or something like that or something. Yeah, he did close the sunroof after a while. I guess he didn't like us watching him. But we're working on it, or I'm trying to push a little bit. There it is, kcallive9.com. Thank you, whoever that was. And that's how you watch it.
You're gonna get a blog and stuff, and then
We'll
be able to
links.
link to it.
We'll
Yeah.
link to it. We'll
Yeah.
definitely link to it. Anyway, so the pursuit starts going. We got to get fuel. You know, this is one I can't because I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
What?
And this is the problem. This is
this
I
the
am
pursuit
just like
where the guy
no,
got
no,
angry
no,
because-
no. This is
Oh.
what was going on during our pursuit.
Oh.
So we needed fuel. And
Yeah.
to fuel that helicopter, it's not like you run into the Arco and you swipe your card and you pump it. It's a process. And the guys at Fullerton, I'm just going to leave it at that. The guys at Fullerton
Is that the pumping place?
rocked that.
The fuel place.
Yeah,
Okay.
when they got us fuel in Fullerton at the airport, they rocked it. Okay,
Okay.
so anyway, get back up over it. Pursuit goes. There's some highlights. It was kind of exciting. You know, you probably saw it. He's weaving in and out. You know, mirrors are flying off of cars. Then there's that guy in the Chevy. I wish we could show clips. So full traffic, Anaheim Hills, Weird Canyon. This guy's like cruising in and out of traffic. The CHP's following behind him. He gets into the carpool lane. There's a Good Samaritan, and you know, if you're watching, you know, who knows what this guy was thinking.
Okay, let's go.
But anyway, so here's the bad guy, and here's the good guy, or the car in front, and he's like doing this, you know, wherever.
Oh, he's blocking.
He's blocking this guy,
Oh, the Good Samaritan.
and
That's a no-no, TMZ.
yeah, and somebody wrote something about the snacks while we were fueling. Yes, so you might know they gave us food. Anyway, so they were doing like this. And then finally, the guy in the Mercedes is like, you know, and just punches it. Pow!
Oh, for
Hits
real?
the guy, yeah, pushes him out of the way and just
Wow.
goes. So that, you know,
And when did that one happen?
that was on the Mercedes pursuit last night.
Oh,
It was Thursday night's pursuit.
Okay.
So anyway, winds up, he loses his tires. I was really shocked. You know, he has a Mercedes. I know somebody else in this house that likes Mercedes. And he loses his tires and the car is worthless. I'm like,
what do you mean? Oh, after he lost the tires.
Top Gear, where are you?
He couldn't go.
He
Oh.
he totally
Like,
loses.
you mean the car's worth nothing?
Yeah,
It depreciates.
it depreciated in
I know,
value. That
whatever.
car really depreciated in value. I mean, he was.
So wait, you were disappointed that the car could not continue to go on like
I was
on
on the rims.
On the rims, there you go.
And then I talked about Girian's brother's wife, who talked to me about pursuits. I actually brought her up on air. I don't think
cool.
Girian saw it.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Woody's wife.
you know, run flats. You know what? Real quick,
Is
car
that-
guy. We had run flats.
As you already said, I could have sworn we had.
We had run flats, and we ran flat, and it cost us a crap load of money. And they weren't as advertised, and they were Goodyear. Anyway,
Wow.
So nobody notices me in public. Nobody, and that's one of the.
Oh, do they know who you are?
Yeah, there's somebody just asked me if anybody notices me in public.
No.
My barista knows who I am. But anyway, so
No.
the pursuit ends. You know, guy just kind of stops. People are tweeting me. You know, hey, the guy's dead. The PD chopper's talking to us, saying, you know, there's no movement. So this is where it gets kind of gray. You know, I get all this information. I have little 20-second, 30-second windows to talk about it. I don't want to put out misinformation. I don't want to be like, oh, hey, the helicopter says he's dead. But I want to bring it up. So, you know, I got to do gray. Yeah, I got to do the gray. And
See?
and that's not racist. unless we're talking about aliens from space.
Hey.
They are gray,
Hey,
and maybe
hey.
they don't like to be called that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it gets difficult. Thing sits there, and then I'm looking at the thousands of people that are stuck on the freeway while the cops are doing their thing. And wife hadn't seen it, and this is where I start thinking, this is what news is about. We need to start telling these people, like, hey, get it out on the internet, get it out on Twitter, get it out on whatever,
Yeah.
and get it out on the AM radio, and start telling these people, like, hey, you're stuck. Don't let anybody else get stuck. And the traffic was there after midnight. Even after the scene had cleared, the traffic was there to midnight. And these people, I really felt bad for them. And you look at that and you're thinking that this is what we need to do. This is where we start as the news. We're actually being helpful, and that's what we try to do. We try to take care of it. So that was the pursuit. The guy got gassed. Everybody was mad at me because we weren't there. Everybody. Some people were mad at me because we weren't there.
Don't count.
We had to get fuel. We were there. Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was crazy. We were there for so long and that's what you got. It's a game. News is a game of strategy and luck, and you got to play it. You got to kind of think. If I get there early, what am I going to get? What is the benefit of getting there early? What's the benefit of getting there later?
Well, you never know how long it's going to last,
And you
so
never
you
know.
can't really
Right.
predict.
But you have an idea.
Really, you can predict like a 2-hour car chase?
Not a 2-hour car chase, but if it becomes a standoff, it's not going to be 15 minutes till it's over. I mean, unless the guy gets out.
But what about the time it takes to get to the standoff?
Well,
and also, there's this thing called cruising.
Yeah. No, that's what we've been doing. So.
Right.
Yes, I did. John Wayne Airport actually had food for us, and somebody was like, "Well, you shouldn't be eating. You should have been out there to get the end of the pursuit."
Yeah.
You know what?
That person can
Trust
suck
me.
it.
Trust me.
He needs to eat. I bet you're sitting there eating. I can't take that. Like, this is why I cannot. He's like, follow me on Twitter. And I'm like, I can't because I will be adding everybody and that comes that you file because I don't mess around when it comes to my husband or my kids.
Or your kids, yeah.
Or my hair.
Or your hair.
But still.
So yeah, that was the pursuit thing, and it was what it was. I felt really bad for that Mercedes. And those people.
And traffic.
And
yeah.
traffic.
And
And traffic. Those poor people in that Mercedes. Traffic in that poor Mercedes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about this week? Anything else happen?
Yeah, no, we did that Santee transgender bathroom thing, and
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the only thing I can give props is the student body, the kids out there. I have to give them props. They were respectful, and she has been in the chopper with me.
I've been once, twice,
Maybe
6
more.
times.
And you know what? I'm going to put this out here right now too. I know this is getting really long, but and that's what everybody says when I talk on television too.
What?
I talk too long.
You're long-winded.
I am long-winded. I just put it out there right now. Ride-alongs they're forbidden, dude.
Well, now.
They
back in the day.
Back in the day.
We've been together for a while, like 9 years. So
Yeah.
I've been up, and my kids have been up, and, but now it's somebody hated on, somehow made it forbidden. So no one can go up anymore.
Nobody can go up
yeah,
anymore. It's
sucks.
ugly.
Except for him, and
Oh, yeah.
that's good because it's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd like to.
I can't read that. I need my glasses. This is tiny.
Yeah, there's little.
Okay.
But anyways, that's about it. I love the feedback. I love the
interaction.
The interaction.
Yes.
And I want to keep it up. I'm going to get better at the blogging. Trust me. We're gonna make our segments tighter. But I just wanted to kind of put it out there, see what we get, and and the thing is any of the reaction, the interaction is what I'm all about. When I'm up there flying, if it's a news story and you have something to say,
Yes.
I'm always checking during commercial breaks.
But make sure it's positive, because we do not respond to the negativity.
And this is the thing.
I'm trying to get him not to, but and also you're getting a lot more followers.
Right.
So it's getting more difficult, because you used to be very chatty with the people that follow you.
And I still try to be.
And every time you get a new follower, you are all about it. You love people.
Yeah, I do.
And
I
you
do.
really are. And now, because you're getting a lot of followers, because of the station and everything, you're finding it harder to speak to everyone.
everybody.
Yeah, but we're making it a point not to speak to the haters. Just play. Go ahead.
So,
I haven't had my coffee.
so anyway, Official Jules is saying hello.
Hi.
He's been there forever. He's been one of my followers since like day one. And Beto, is that Alberto? Anyway, so look, man, this is what I'm saying. I could sit here and read things, and people would be like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Language.
Yeah, language. So anyways, this basically, in a nutshell, just to end it all, love to hear your feedback. Always want to hear your feedback. And it's so I can try to create more understanding of what we're seeing and for everybody. And so you don't just have the tunnel vision and, Joe says these people are bad, so I like Joe.
You just
and
want to
this
give
is
them
bad.
a
broader
broader view.
Yes,
Yeah.
broader
I've been
view.
telling you to do that for a while, though, because it's like everyone who thinks that they can do your job and get up there, and it's like, oh no, I don't see how you do it, and you're well at it. So yeah.
I appreciate that, baby.
I could totally do your job, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I get emotions. There's no way.
So.
Okay.
Okay, and that should be about it for right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it was a little bit long-winded. I'm going to try to do these a little bit quicker. Try to have my wife.
You're not supposed
more
to
involved.
apologize in Periscope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and like I said, if you want to join us on
Next
this
weekend.
weekend, please do.
I might not be here every weekend. I got things to do.
No, you
I have
don't.
a life.
No, you don't. You kind of hang out with us. Bye, and happy Mother's Day to any of the mothers out there. That's tomorrow.
Yay! Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
We'll do a little Periscope from your mother's house, maybe. if
Maybe.
you let us.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, you guys. Have a great day.
Enjoy your